Well, we're back. Crowds are here today. Everybody's here. And this is our third and final game for today, the third game of the Zone 2 preliminary games at the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup for 2014. The marching band coming out onto the field now to play the national anthem for these two combatants as they take the field. The two teams will follow them out. The umpires will bring the two teams out. And today, this afternoon, we've got it could be an uphill battle for the Brazilians. They're the third seed. Up against the number one seed for Group D is South Africa. Number one for the South Africans, Chris McKenzie, playing very well at the moment. And the Brazilians, Garcia, Rodriguez and Junqueira are a very good combination, but I don't know if they're going to have the might to get over this very, very strong South African outfit. Time will tell. We've got three chukkers of 6 minutes each to decide who will be that winner and take the 2 points into the next round of the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup. Well, they play snow polo in Aspen. They play snow polo in St. Moritz. But this Chinese outfit, this field that they've put together here in the snow in Tianjin, China, is second to none. It's equal to all of those. The national anthem to be played first will be the Brazilian national anthem. We'll have the national anthem for South Africa. There we have the Argentinian marching band wrapping up the South African national anthem, and we'll introduce these players to you as they head off the field. And there he is, the number 1, Gustavo Garcia for Brazil. And number 2, William Rodriguez. Waves to the crowd. 6 goals. And at number 3, Renato Junqueira. All the way from Brazil here to China to compete in this World Cup event. For South Africa, at number 1, it'll be Chris McKenzie on 5 goals. Number 2, Leroux Hendricks. And at number 3, it'll be Gareth Evans, and captain, 6 goals, and he'll be playing at the back. He's on a horse there called Pinto. I think you'll find that's his spare for the day, but he's probably going to warm up on that one. And there's some of the Canadians there ruining the day, with a couple of the New Zealand and Australian players there on the right. I think that maybe one of the umpires there as well, Steve Evans, brother of Gareth Evans. For obvious reasons, he won't be umpiring this game here today, Steve Evans. And I think you'll find that Gareth Evans has just jumped off his spare pony Pinto, and on as he used that to warm up, and he'll be now getting on to a very good pony here today, a horse called Roxy Chick. Now, Roxy Chick won champion pony here last year in the final of the World Cup in 2013. So we're expecting big things out of Gareth Evans here in the first Chukka. And Gareth will now take to the field. So Gustavo Garcia at 1, William Rodriguez at 2, and Renato Junqueira at 3 for Brazil. And for the South Africans, we've got Chris McKenzie with a 1 on his back, Leroux Hendricks and Gareth Evans taking to the field now at number 3 on Roxy Chick. Umpire Chris Bethel will be throwing the ball in, and it's gone in now, and it's come out on the stick of Gareth Evans. There he is, already into the melee now. Number 1, Gustavo Garcia for Brazil, taking it around, hard ridden there by Leroux Hendricks from South Africa. A great little play there by Hendricks. Now, South Africa come up with the ball, but in doing so, they fouled the Brazilian player who got loose from his man, created the line, and it's a penalty now for Brazil. So if the South African player there had held his man and not allowed him to slip up that line, South Africa were fine. But because he hadn't held him and he got loose, the guy who thought he had all the time in the world created a foul. And in doing so, has handed Brazil an opportunity to put the first goal for the match on here today. So our previous winners earlier today, we had France getting up over Canada, and earlier on in the day we had the New Zealanders getting up over the United States. But time will tell to see who gets the 2 points out of these two teams, Brazil and South Africa. It has been a little bit of a thing in this tournament where the underdogs, the third and the lowest seeded teams, have been getting up over the higher rated teams. So, oh, it's a goal there, lovely goal for Brazil. They've opened the account, and it's now 1-0 to Brazil. And it's South Africa trying to get themselves into a field position where they can put some points back on the board. But Brazil now turned defence into attack. Gareth Evans, lovely back shot up the centre of the field. First up the line is South Africa, but thought they might have got a foul there, but didn't. But they've made up for it now with Mackenzie, the number 1. He's letting the pony have its head. Look at this for an amazing approach shot, but oh, it's gone wide by a matter of inches. And South Africa, end-to-end polo. That pony had some speed there for Mackenzie of South Africa. All he had to do was just tap it 6 inches more to the right, and it was goal time. And you'll see this slow-mo replay now as Mackenzie just does an amazing approach shot. But I think you can see on his face there, he knows it's heading wide, so he's trying to send that pony to try and get it, but it doesn't quite get there. And now it's Brazil on the attack again, tapping it under the pony's legs there. LaRue Hendricks just getting in the way, but it's now, who's this? Brazil. Lovely little back shot across. The number 3, Junqueira, appealing for the foul and getting it. So Brazil again getting an opportunity to put some more points on here. A little bit of an untidy, undisciplined play by the South Africans. And Brazil are making the most of it. They are making the most of it. It is a very tough battle out there. The 3rd seed up against the 1st seed. You would have thought that it would be South Africa being a little bit more dominant early on here, and but it's been Brazil all the way, and only through a lack of discipline on the South Africans' behalf. Now Gareth Evans, he's on the pony that won the champion pony prize here last year, and if they don't utilise this trump card, lovely approach shot, but it's wide to the left. If they don't utilise the trump card of playing Roxy Chick in this Chukka, if they don't make the most of it, it could be a waste of a very good pony. So here we go. South Africa now. 4 minutes left. Still plenty of time for them to turn it around. But now, near side play here by Evans. Shoots it across. Hendricks, LaRue Hendricks now bringing the ball around. Evans comes up with the ball again, takes it himself. Gareth Evans claiming the line, couldn't play at the ball. Brazil had to leave that ball alone. They could not hit at that ball because Gareth Evans wasn't allowed to play his shot because he had a Brazilian parked across the line. And as such, it's now South Africa who have the attacking play. I'd say they'll bring it up to the halfway mark. They won't actually get a shot at goal, you'll see here. So Gareth Evans, the Brazilian player, has to move out of the way here. He has to get out, and in doing so, the Brazilian couldn't really play at that ball until that other Brazilian player got out of the way. So again, it means they're trying. It means they're putting, they're really putting the acid on the South Africans to try and win this game, the Brazilians, but the discipline needed to be a little bit better on that one. So here he goes, Chris Mackenzie now, the number 1, appealing for a foul, doesn't get it now. LaRue Hendricks for South Africa, keeping it. He's got him all on his near side. Had to get a bit better shot on it there. South Africa couldn't quite do it. It's come off the hoof of the Brazilian ponies. Kept in play now. Here he goes, South Africa. Will it go through? It's still in the field of play. Back shot there now by Rodriguez. Rodriguez now keeps it out of the goal mouth, but it's going to be South Africa trying to bring it around again. LaRue Hendricks couldn't quite convert. Now Brazil on the attack, and it's the number 1, Gustavo Garcia, who couldn't quite get there. Junqueira now, the number 3, just pushing the pony out off the boards, trying to give himself a little bit of space. Now big hook there by Garcia to try and get the ball off Hendricks. Hendricks loses the ball now. Where's Gareth Evans? Looking for the ball. Lost sight of the ball momentarily. Now it's come up the stick. It's come up on the stick side of Chris Mackenzie, and the number 3, Junqueira for Brazil, has fouled. Great passage of play. Cameras are onto every part of that. And they're going to give a penalty. You'll see that the slow-mo here. Ball comes out on the stick side of Mackenzie. And it was Junqueira who came across the line of the South African. The South African was heading towards the goal mouth, so they've moved that ball up to a 30-yard shot at goal, which the Brazilians can defend if they choose. The ball isn't that hard, so they have been defending these. And it'll be Mackenzie, Chris McKenzie on 5 goals on a brown horse called Straits to take this penalty shot. Hits it cleanly, and the flag is up. We've got ourselves a tied ball game, ladies and gentlemen, at 1 goal apiece with 2 minutes 55 on the clock. Chris McKenzie equalises, and it'll be Brazil bringing it in off the back line to start play again. You'll see the slow-mo replay here. McKenzie opens the shoulders, hits it cleanly. Umpire, oh no, sorry, the umpire's waved it out. He's waved it wide to the right. I thought I saw the flag had gone up, but the other umpire's waved it wide to the right. So it's still 1-0 in favour of Brazil. And the ball now comes up for LaRue Hendricks. Lovely back shot. Hendricks now onto Chris McKenzie again. Chris McKenzie, but he's been hard ridden by Rodriguez. Rodriguez now hits it back, looking for Junqueira. Junqueira doesn't get it, gets a bad bounce. Gets a great deflection off the boards. There is Gustavo Garcia now for Brazil. He's got a couple of lengths on McKenzie. He's going to have to cover a lovely cut shot towards goal. That looks really good, but it's going to have to be a set-up because he's not going to be able to put it through from there. Bad bounce there for South Africa now, but Gareth Evans gets it, changes the line quickly, then unloads it, looking for McKenzie. Hits it up to McKenzie, who does get some wood on it, but not enough now. But it's going to be LaRue Hendricks for South Africa now, bringing it back into the centre. McKenzie can't quite get there because he's been stuck on the outside of Rodriguez and it's Gareth Evans. Here he goes. Gareth Evans, no, it's been left out in the middle, and Rodriguez cleans it up. First one around, LaRue Hendricks for South Africa now. LaRue Hendricks, a lovely little back shot, doesn't quite get enough on it though. And now it'll be Junqueira being ridden out of it, appealing for the foul, saying, I didn't get moved, sorry. Gustavo Garcia claiming the foul, saying that Gareth Evans, that's Gareth Evans, and that's Garcia there. Garcia saying, I didn't actually get moved off that line, sir. He's just breezed past me and played at that ball. And as a result, the penalty has gone to Brazil, and you'll see it here. So Garcia now. Gareth Evans there had to actually move Garcia off that line before he could play that shot on his stick side. He didn't do it. He didn't move Garcia at all from the line. So that's a penalty to Brazil, and that's just what Brazil needed at the moment. Well, it's not what South Africa needed if they're the top seeds and they're down by 1. But it'll be Rodriguez to bring it in, the number 2 for Brazil. Rodriguez leaves it behind for Garcia. The Brazilians. Pony locks up. I think that he still keeps the ball though. Now McKenzie comes up the line, claims the line, rides straight past. Lovely back shot to Gareth Evans on the brown mare called Roxy Chick. Gareth Evans now, beautiful approach shot, but there's no one up there in attack. McKenzie needed to get away from his man to get to that one. Now great little clearing shot, Rodriguez for Brazil. And that's why they're in front. Brazil playing very good defence at the moment. So it's out over the boards, and it'll be a throw in there from umpire Nico Scottacini, and the whistle's gone. Asking for a clear tunnel. Throws it through. Comes up in favour of Brazil, but now it'll be McKenzie that cleans it up for South Africa. Takes it near side, keeps the line himself. Now, appeals for the foul. And I think you'll find that Gustavo Garcia, again, had to move him off the line. He can't just go in there and play it that under the neck. He had to actually go and move McKenzie off the line of the ball. Umpire's going to discuss. I think they're looking for the third man. And this is why we've got 2 umpires, ladies and gentlemen. If one sees the line a certain way, and the other one may have a better shot. Yeah, that's Garcia's pony. Got stuck there in the snow, but he still kept that ball. It's an amazing little bit of footage there. And now it looks like the 2 umpires couldn't agree. Look at this. There you go. Look at the balance of the rider, just sitting there. He knew that the pony just... didn't want to go forward there, but so it is definitely a penalty against Garcia, and it'll be Gareth Evans on Roxy Chick to take this ball. Gareth, lovely running the ball along, but it's gone wide to the left. Now South Africa are going to try their best to keep that in play. but it doesn't, and the whistle goes. So they've stopped the clock with 38 seconds on the clock, with the score at 1-0, and it's Brazil in defence. Now, what happens here is this is like a corner in soccer. So if the defending team hits this ball over the back line at any stage, the attacking team will get a shot at goal 30 yards out. So this is, but the defending team, Brazil in this case, can defend this if they want. So it'll be Chris McKenzie. Hits it cleanly, and the hand's gone up, and it's goal time now for South Africa. So finally, at the end of the 30th, at the first Chukka, I should say, with 30 seconds left to go, and you'll see it here, Chris McKenzie hits it cleanly, straight over the black dot. If you're a rugby fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's now 1 goal apiece with 12 seconds left on the clock, and it's Gareth Evans. Just don't think he really needed it to go over there, and the umpires will have enough time to throw that ball in. No, we won't, and they'll go to the Chukka break. I think South Africa will be very happy with that result at the end. I don't think they'll be happy with the score, but I think they'll be glad to have got away with it, and to go into this Chukka break at 1 goal apiece will be a bit of a relief for the South Africans. The top seeds here in Group D, Zone 2. And we will now go to a break at 1 apiece at the end of the first. Chukka.